Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to bring to you the inaugural episode of Shop Talk. Shop Talk is the show that attempts to bring the conversations of a barbershop right into your living room. I'm your host, Ricardo White, but I'm affectionately known as Rick the Barber. This is Rich the Barber, and this is Vaughn the Barber. I'd like to welcome you guys to Shop Talk.
What's up, Rick?
What's going on? And the first topic I'd like to discuss with you guys, and you know it comes up often in the barbershop, so I want to talk about hip-hop. I want to talk about rappers. MTV, every year they do a list. The list is a little more controversial this year, but they do a top 10 hottest MCs in the game. Now, first you have to kind of define hot. Hot is not always, you know, the best lyricist, but it's the person who combines everything and is the best entertainer at this time. So just so I can make sure I got the list correctly, I'm gonna pull it up and let you guys see it. Now, Rick Ross was number one. That surprised a lot of people. How you guys feel about that?
He's all over everything. I mean, the guy's just hot right now. He's bumping it everywhere.
Okay. Are you a Rick Ross fan? You guys Rick Ross fans?
When he came out, when he dropped that Port of Miami, I mean, I was all over it. I still like Rick Ross, but I mean, it's just like with the new rappers today, it's just everyone seems to be, it's just not old school. It's just they're not storytellers like they used to be.
Right, yeah, the game has changed, but I think that's part of Rick Ross's success. It's the fact that he can kind of blend in with the younger audience, but at the same time, the old school audience can kind of feel him too. You know, he's kind of a combination of the two.
Well, I agree, no doubt, Rick. I mean that voice alone. I mean, it's so heavy. You know, it's so recognizable.
Mm-hmm. And he's had steady growth throughout the game. So I really don't have a problem with Rick Ross being number one. I chose to come up like this to show my support for Trayvon Martin. I feel as though it's definitely a case worth discussing. It's definitely needs to be in the forefront of people's minds. So this was the best way I could think of to show that I feel like I'm Trayvon Martin as well. So that was my tribute to Trayvon. Now, we talked about this a lot in the barbershop that I work at. So are you guys familiar with the Trayvon Martin case at all?
Quite a bit. I mean, it's been on the news every night since it's happened, and
which the month anniversary was yesterday, actually.
I mean, it was just, yeah. I mean, I love the way that the Miami Heat are doing it. I mean, I think it gets the whole nation involved and aware of what's going on when you see superstar athletes stepping up to the plate and showing that.
Speaking of the Miami Heat, led by LeBron James, the entire team, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but the entire team tweeted a picture, basically the same picture that I just took now, but it was the entire team with their hoodies on, you know, heads lowered, basically to show support for Trayvon Martin. But it's not just the Miami Heat. Carmelo Anthony got into the act. He tweeted a picture with his hoodie picture as well. So it's in the forefront. A lot of entertainers and athletes and things of that nature are speaking out on it now. So, you know, the masses are becoming more aware of it.
Yep.
Yeah, and also, yeah, it's definitely a horrible story. But the president, Barack Obama, I'm sure we're all aware he's a person of color, and he recognized it too. I've never been, I don't think, as proud of Barack as when I heard him say to that family, you know, if I had a son, he would look like Trayvon. So I thought that was a powerful thing. I think that basically embodied why everybody was so happy when he won the election in the first place, because now it's someone that a young African American or a person of color can identify with. When you tell them you can be anything in the world, they can actually see it now.
Yep.
So, you know, I think that was really, really important. Now, as far as the facts of the case, do you guys, most everybody is on the same side, I guess, or whatever, but I'm starting to hear more and more now they're trying to basically discredit this young man's personality, I would say, or character. I don't know if that, I'm assuming it's a ploy to help Zimmerman. How do you guys feel about that, though? They keep on saying about he got kicked out of school or got suspended for weed and things of that nature that really had nothing to do with the case. So
I think it's just lawyers trying to take it over. I mean, getting involved, and obviously, I mean, this kid can't stand up and talk for himself. I mean, it's a 17-year-old young man that lost his life over nothing. Oh. It's just, I don't like seeing it.
The guy that shot him was like neighborhood watch or something like
Yeah, and see that's the thing, because I heard someone say, well, if he would have just identified himself to the person, well, this guy wasn't an authority figure. He wasn't a police officer, and that he was a neighborhood watch captain who overstepped his bounds. So I really don't understand the logic in people trying to justify this man's actions, or not even justify his actions, but to blame the young man, because that's another thing I heard. I don't know if you guys heard from Geraldo Rivera, but he tried to put himself into it so you wouldn't get so upset and talk about his son being a young man of color and things of that nature. But he tried to place blame basically on the family and the young man, saying if he wasn't dressed like a thug per se with hoodies on and things of that nature, then he wouldn't have got approached like that. But it's not. I feel as though it's not our responsibility to control what someone else perceives as a thug symbol or things of that nature. Because as doctors, lawyers, everybody wears a hoodie.
I have to agree with you on that. I mean, come every spring and fall, I mean, who doesn't get excited for hoodie season, man? Rocking the hood up, everyone loves it. I mean, you know.
Yeah, and it's actually become like a fashion kind of statement too.
Oh, for sure.
But like I said, I really don't think an item of clothing, period, should justify a 17-year-old young man walking down the street minding his business, being murdered in cold blood. I don't feel as though that you can make that connection at all. But it's sick people out here that
it's not fair.
that are definitely trying to do that.
I don't know how anyone can think that they can take the life of someone else. It's not right.
What could have been so bad anyway that someone needed to have been shot? You know what I mean? Like shooting is something. That's
it's a lot of discrepancies going on with the story. Attacks here and that there. But see, the consensus is the young man was walking away and Zimmerman followed him.
So he's chasing this kid.
They have. I don't know if you heard the audio, but they have the 911 call, and you can hear the police telling him, stand down, don't approach the young man. And he blatantly disregarded it.
I mean, if you're head of neighborhood crime watch, you're just there to look over and call the police. It's not up to you to take it into your responsibility.
Exactly. Another thing I want to ask you guys, are y'all familiar with the stand your ground law in Florida?
Not too sure about it.
Okay, well,
I assume they say it's okay to shoot somebody.
Not exactly in those words, but just to give you a microcosm of the law, is basically saying, I know if you're on your own property and someone's doing something or whatever, then it justifies it. Also, if you are being physically threatened or attacked or things of that nature, then you stand your ground. Basically, you can protect yourself. But like I said, it really doesn't hold any weight in this case because Zimmerman was the aggressor. So now they're trying to have different witnesses say that the young man was aggressive, and I guess that's in order to try to slide him under the
Had there any been prior altercations between those two? Like, is there any more?
No, this young man actually was visiting his mother. So he didn't even live there. He was visiting his mother, and no, not that I know of. I don't know of any past altercations or any type of interaction between Zimmerman and Trayvon. In fact, that's what he was asking. Who are you? What are you doing here? Basically. So if there was any type of interaction, then he didn't acknowledge it at that point. So
just a young kid, with his whole life ahead of him. It's just it's not fair.
So I hear my man Zimmerman, right, was supposed to have been on the telephone the whole time this was happening?
Yeah, he was, like I said, he called the police. The police were telling him, but Trayvon was also on the phone. He was on the phone with his girlfriend. So I don't know if you're talking about Trayvon or Zimmerman, but Zimmerman was on the phone with the police. They made a 911 call, and like I said, he was specifically told not to, pursue the young man, and
wasn't supposed to act upon it.
Yeah, he blatantly disregarded it. So it definitely was a terrible, terrible tragedy.
Has he been arrested at all?
No, he hasn't been arrested. They call it he's into seclusion or in hiding or whatever the case may be, but no, he hasn't been charged. He hasn't been arrested. They're still, I guess, going through the fact gathering portion of the
What's his family saying? Martin, Trayvon's family, what are they saying about it?
What can they say, man? They definitely want justice served, and I mean, put yourself in a situation. I don't know if you have kids, but Trayvon could have easily been your son or my son, or
without a doubt,
or could have been you or me.
I mean, that's someone's brother, that's someone's sister. It's like, I don't know. Right. I just hate seeing it.
Right. Well, yeah, like I said, that's definitely a sad topic. Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin.
No doubt.
hard to transition from there, but I want to transition just a little bit to something a little bit on a more lighter note. Let's talk about fashion. You know, we talk about that in the barbershop all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So the first
Gotta
thing
stay hot. You know that.
yeah, definitely. The first thing I want to talk about, now I'm gonna sit back on this and just get y'all opinion a little bit. Men in UGG boots. How do you guys feel, audience? How do you guys feel about men in UGG boots? Tom Brady is definitely endorsing UGGs. I was told that there were more masculine versions of UGGs, but I don't know. So how you guys take it away? How do you feel about men in UGGs?
Man, I thought UGG were women's shoes.
Yeah,
though.
I mean that's something
There's
like
a man
that's a
line?
Christmas present for the girlfriend come the holiday. I mean, no doubt. I mean, Brady's Brady and he's with Giselle. I mean, that man can pretty much do whatever he
So
wants.
he can get away with it, huh?
He
What
can
is
get
it, like
away with
furry
it, but
Birkenstocks
I
or
mean,
something?
come on, guys like us.
So is that breaking
no
the
way
man
I'm
law,
pulling
man
that
code or
off.
something? If I wore a pair of Uggs right now, would you think less
be
of me?
ripping on you all day. You know how it is. We all gang up on you.
Okay. Well, another thing I want to talk about in fashion is the skinny jean movement. Now, I know when I was younger, we wore baggy clothes, but we sagged, but we wore baggy clothes, you know. So I don't understand how the youngsters, they wear the tight pants, but they sag.
But they
with
still
tight
get them to
pants.
sag.
I
They're
don't-
just
I don't-
wearing them down halfway.
I
It's like
don't get it. How old are you, Ron, if you don't mind me asking?
27.
Oh, okay, you right in my age bracket, so you probably don't understand either. I would like to have a younger person's perspective to let us know, like, what is the sense in that? I don't understand why you buy your pants small, but then sag them at the same time. First of all, I don't know how you can accomplish it. Then secondly, what's the point of it?
The skinny jeans, man. Skinny jeans everywhere. It looked like somebody shrinked them in the dryer before he put them on and just said, hey, I'm
mean,
still going to rock these boys
you know
today,
how it
man.
is. I mean, women wear tight jeans, not guys.
This is what I'm saying. That's what I thought. But now everywhere I look, I'm turn on the TV or look outside, I see guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know I always, if I see someone like that, I always look at them a little funny, so a little different.
So I can just say, skinny jeans and Uggs are a no-no.
No,
Is that
yeah.
a consensus in the
100%.
barbershop?
100%.
Skinny jeans, Uggs, barbershop.
Cut it,
no-no.
guys. Just get rid of it. Not a cool look.
Okay, so if that's not a good look, then what is hot? What is in fashion right now?
Oh, man. Like the new Reeboks. The Reebok
I mean, it
Flex,
doesn't have
I wanna
to
say.
be limited to shoes
mean-
or anything. Just what's the what's hot in fashion right now?
I mean,
it's
Ralph
always
Lauren,
trends
man,
this
I
year.
mean, you can never go wrong with the classic polo look.
I can
mean,
dig
that's,
it.
I
Polo
mean,
never dies.
ever.
Polo
I dig
never
Reebok,
dies.
Man. I dig Reebok.
Reebok, big into Reebok.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. What about white gym shoes? Cause like I'm tired of white Air Force Ones.
They used to be cool.
Yeah, I can't buy another pair
they're
of white
kinda
Air
out
Force
now,
Ones.
you know. I mean, I'm starting to like, jump on like the back to the black shoes, how it was in the early '90s.
Yeah, but still in the summertime, I need a white shoe. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do an Adidas Samoa. I don't know.
Reebok Soldier, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check
Soldier
Reebok
Box. I
out.
did that when I was a little bit younger, back in the Cash Money days when they was rocking the Reeboks, you know. So that was their thing. But man, definitely got to stay fresh in the barbershop because if you don't, we definitely gonna get you.
Oh yeah.
Let me see here.
Dang, Air Force Ones, man, look like ice skates on the bottom, don't it?
Oh yeah, and then they got so much phony stuff right now. Whammies. That's why you wear them one time and they got the lines and the
I
wrinkles.
mean,
and
yeah, I
Never
usually
could put on a fresh
always
pair and not smudge the toe. Talking about anything, getting in the car, going
I'm-
through a turnstile, walking through
I'm
the
pretty
revolving
much
doors.
strictly Nike.
Something's gonna do it. That first day, something's gonna do it, or someone.
Okay. Well, now that we've gone ahead and made sure that our audience doesn't get talked about in the barbershop with what they're wearing, we're going to go ahead once again and pay a little bit more bills, hit these commercials, and when we come back, we'll wrap it up in Shop Talk.
Sounds cool.
And right now, we're going to go ahead with the heart of the conversation in barbershops. And you know what that is, gentlemen. Our favorite time, we're going to go ahead and kick a little sports talk.
Yep.
So, I want to start off by saying congratulations, Tiger Woods, on your first victory since 2009. I was pulling for you myself, and I'm happy to see you back
100%.
on top. So how do you guys feel about, Tiger, I guess, trying to reclaim his spot at the pinnacle of
I
golf?
love it.
Yeah, it makes golf seem like the speed or intensity of hockey now, just to listen to it, you know what I mean?
I mean,
listen to Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods, it's like, oh man. You know
growing
what I'm
up
saying?
in
Some hockey getting
Chicago,
excited.
watching Jordan, I mean, you're watching the best there ever was. You're coming up, and now I get to watch Tiger, who is right now the second best there ever is until he breaks Nicklaus, and I would love to see him get past Nicholas and way beyond and just set records.
Okay.
That's a real hard game, man. He's winning. I can remember golf being on Channel 2 where the camera needed a white balance or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just Sundays.
Right.
I mean,
So basically, Tiger, brought the interest into golf. So we happy to,
for sure.
see him back successful and enjoying what he's doing. So I want to move on a little bit and go to football.
cool.
As everyone knows, Peyton Manning hurt himself last year.
Future Hall.
Future Hall of Famer, 4-time MVP, the only 4-time MVP in NFL history, Super Bowl champion, all of that, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is. What have you done for me lately? He's just shipped out. He's a Denver Bronco now with John Elway. And consequently, Tim Tebow, he's been traded to the New York Jets. So what's you guys' take on that? How do you feel about, Peyton Manning in Denver, Tim Tebow with the Jets? Was it the right move? Was it the wrong move?
Manning, I mean, he's going to be good anywhere he goes with an offensive line. And as far as Tebow goes, I mean, I think he can beat Sanchez out for that job just because Sanchez, to me, like, he reminds me of a Rex Grossman. I just have never liked him. I don't think he's that good, and I think he's maxed his potential. So
we're on the same page with that.
Maybe.
Definitely.
Come to football, man. See, I don't really watch NFL football. I kind of look at it from a professionalism standpoint because I play in the GMFL, Greater Midwest Football League, for the Chicago Colts. So I'm looking at it from a standpoint of, man, who's gonna pay? Like how you said, what have you done for me lately? Wherever I can go and be on a team and involve myself with a good club, and then that's where I get my money at. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna look at it.
Basically, just we feel like Peyton will be successful wherever he goes, and Tebow has an opportunity to go ahead and win a spot there.
He might get a shot.
Yeah, it was a win-win.
He might
Seemed like
get
it
a
was a
shot.
win-win for everybody.
I agree.
Now, the reason why Peyton Manning partially was pushed out of Indianapolis is because of the availability of Andrew Luck.
RG3.
And now RG3 too, according to Jim Irsay. He's saying that it's not a done deal, that he's just going to go ahead and draft Andrew Luck. So I just wanted to know what you guys feel about who you think should be the number one draft pick. Should it be RG3 or should it be Andrew Luck?
Right now, I'd say you have to give it to Luck. I mean, he proved it over 3 years at Stanford as a starter.
Started for 3 years? Yeah.
And RG3, I mean, he just bloomed this year for Baylor. I mean, basically, he took a school out of the Big 12, which the Big 12 is a strong conference. But, I mean, he put Baylor on the map this year, and he deserved the Heisman, I mean, without a doubt. I mean, I thought it was either going to go to him or the halfback from Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's got the Heisman,
Monty
SI
Ball.
cover.
Monty Ball, yeah, he had a good year
Those
too.
were my two for the Heisman.
Yeah, and like you say, Andrew Luck has definitely been more consistent throughout his career, but I feel like RG3 has the much higher upside. So it's really a crapshoot, though. Just look at when Peyton Manning Peyton Manning was drafted. They had him and Ryan Leaf rated basically the same, and look how differently their careers turned out.
Ryan Leaf,
so it's
biggest
really,
bust in the NFL.
Yeah, it's really no math or science to this, but I really think you're not going to lose either way. I think they're going to both be excellent NFL players. So. Just wishing,
especially after seeing what Cam Newton did last year in his rookie year.
Cam tore the
he
league
was
up.
lights out.
Yeah, Cam tore the league up, definitely.
I think kinetics is good science for me.
Okay. Move on from football a little bit. Let's talk a little basketball. It's March Madness. It's wrapping up. We got Kentucky and we got Louisville in one half, the semifinals, and we've got Kansas and Ohio State in the other. Who do you guys like? Who you got winning the whole tournament?
I had picked NCAA. I picked North Carolina and Kentucky. I had two slips, man. But that kind of messed me up.
Yeah. Let's throw that out. North Carolina gone, so let's just talk about the four that's left.
Kentucky, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, I was rolling with Kentucky, and not to say it like that because I'm a North Carolina fan too. But I picked Kentucky and North Carolina. North Carolina got Kendall Marshall got hurt, So I'm rolling with Kentucky right now. But my sleeper is Ohio State because I like Jared Sullinger too.
Oh yeah, Sullinger's a stud. I mean, he's sophomore year now, right?
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be a fun.
Man, who's bucking out west though?
On the NCAA tournament. But let's move on a little bit from college basketball and go ahead on to the pros. We're wrapping up the NBA season, this short and abbreviated season, and to me, I only see 5 real contenders for an NBA championship. I see the Miami Heat, I see the Chicago Bulls, I see the San Antonio Spurs, I see the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I see the Los Angeles Lakers. So out of those 5, who do you see taking it, or what's your NBA Finals for this year? To me, I think it might be the Bulls and the Spurs, especially when the Spurs made that trade for Richard Jefferson for Stephen Jackson. But who do you guys see in the NBA Finals this year?
Bulls doing good. Realistically, though, I think Miami will just win.
You rolling with Miami?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have
okay,
to
we're gonna
play
move
my
on
cards
from
right.
you. Bill, who do you go?
I'm thinking whoever comes out of the East is going to take it this year.
I
I think
so,
Miami.
too.
I think they kind of take games off and they can step it up come playoffs. But you've seen what they just did. I mean, they lost back-to-back to OKC, and I think they lost to Indy.
Yep, sure did.
So they lost to the Pacers back-to-back nights, and now it's kind of up for grabs. And the Bulls are still playing a little high without Rose, but I'd like to see him in the last I know the rest of them. You got to get him healthy for the playoffs for the run. But if they can get him, get the chemistry back going the last 5 or 6 games of the regular season, flow into the playoffs, the Bulls got a shot. So
I agree with that statement. I think the Bulls are definitely the best team to beat the Heat, because we can slow them down, make them play a half-court game. But it's been a pleasure having you guys on the show.
Thanks a lot, Rick.
First show of Shop Talk, you guys helped make it a success. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you'll check in with us again next week. And we're going to incorporate some more things into the show. We're going to have all the social media apps, Twitter, Facebook. So we're going to make it an interactive show where you can tweet questions and things of that nature. Also, don't want to shout out Marv and the guys down at Styles and Trends Barbershop at Evergreen Plaza. They supplied us with the wonderful smocks here, so I want to shout them out. And once again, thanks everybody for helping make Shop Talk a success. We'll catch you next time.